Good evening. Welcome to Have At It, episode 43. My name's Ben Cornett. How's everybody doing tonight? Man, it is Friday, December 15th, 2023. This is episode 43 of Have At It. And before we get started, let me introduce my tag team partner in crime. He is all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, thank goodness.
It's Kurt Angle. Oh no, wrong guy from Pittsburgh.
Close. It's Pittsburgh's second most popular celebrity, Mr. Johnny Dean. Johnny, how you doing tonight?
All right, man. I'm actually in a fucking good mood, man.
I love to hear that. You don't know why I'm in a good mood? Because Brandon Staley fired.
Yes. That started the day off right for me, man. Then I went and revisited one of our old shows that we did.
Yeah.
That shit was I forgot how hilarious that was, man. It was great. Tales from the Driver's Side, episode 6. If you guys want to go watch it, it's fantastic. It's a great show. Ben Cornett was there.
Yeah.
Making everybody laugh. Sean Spencer, myself, Alex Schumer with his whispering. It was a great show. It was a great show.
When is that coming back? Are we going to try and do another episode one of these days, Johnny? I mean,
after football season, dude. This spring.
Awesome. Can't wait. Cannot wait. So, yes, the big news is Staley was let go today, and GM Tom Telesco as
well.
Which
I have a complaint with, because Telesco is the one who brought all that talent there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he brought your Joey Bosa. He got your Herbert. He got Khalil Mack back. He built a good team there. It's not his fault that the idiot running the team couldn't drive the car. You know what I mean?
Well, in the messenger or private message, before we talk about it, let me bring in Mr. Schomburg. Alec, how you doing, man?
Thank God, good.
Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him now.
Yes. No,
we one day.
Did you brought up something, Johnny? You and Alex did. Was it that Telesco may have been told, "Hey, you either tell him he's gone or else you're gone"?
That's what we were thinking. But I mean, that's got to be the only reason for him to be gone, because the guy was a great GM there. I mean, he brought in talent. He made the team. The whole reason that Staley's fired is because he has a good team and couldn't use it, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's underperformed. He had one job to do on that defense, and
the team gave up that game. They gave up. That was a team trying to get their coach fired. That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, and we know Herbert was out. Keenan Allen was no excuses though. That team, you're right. They just pretty much said, "Screw it. We're past you. We don't listen to you anymore." And
I don't think it mattered if they were all healthy at the time. I think they would have performed the same way just to get rid of him.
But on the other side, the team players are listening to Antonio Pierce. You could see that.
Yes. Hey man, I've been an Antonio Pierce fan since they what do you gave him promoted him?
Yeah.
So yeah. I was a Pierce fan when he was with the Giants too. So
right. Oh, he was great. He was. Alec, how's it going, man?
Well, been here and there, anywhere but here.
Don't get me singing again, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
Don't break my heart, my achy breaky.
There we go.
That was great, man. I loved it. I forgot about that one, actually.
That's one of the best videos I got in my collection.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you got footage on me. So, except not appearing on it.
I'm still waiting on Taylor Swift, though.
One day it'll happen. So, Alec, have you been, as Bucks fans, let's talk about it. Mr. Keyshawn Vaughn finally.
Thank God that bum is gone.
I don't know what took so long. I mean, he should have been gone before the season
started.
Tell us
how you really feel about him, Alec.
Relegate him to the CFL. Actually, don't even give him that.
Wait. What do you want to give him to them for?
Actually, you know what? Arena football. Arena football is his suit.
There you go.
I think you'd be cursing on arena football too.
I mean, listen, I don't see why he was still on this team. He's underperformed. whenever he's gotten the chance, he didn't really do anything. So I think it's more addition by subtraction, in my opinion.
Somebody said Logan Hall next. I don't disagree. But I would really love to draft some people into this team that could.
Hola, whoever you are, Mr. Facebook user. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Christopher Cole, good evening, sir. How you doing, my man? Big game on Sunday. As you know, we got Green Bay at Lambeau Field. And by the way, SmackDown tonight was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, ironically enough. So our tribal chief has returned to SmackDown, baby.
Let's hope there ain't a SmackDown in Wisconsin involving the Bucks getting smacked.
Oh man. Hey, listen, I think we can win this game. I really do.
On paper, we should be able to win this game. I still have, and we've been playing much better, and it's even gotten the notice of some of the media people now that the offense coordinator, his scheme is starting to work. They're starting.
Oh, Ellis, yeah.
And since week 9, Rashad White is second leading the league in rushing yards. Since week 9, the halfway point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, no, it's getting better. And Baker, say what you want, but he had some bad plays on Sunday against the Falcons. We all know that. But he led that drive. He had that big throw to Godwin, that amazing throw that Godwin made an amazing catch, kept the game going, and Bucks eventually got Otton in the end zone for the touchdown. So, he's.
I know week to week everybody can find something to complain about. It's easy to get caught up in the weekly games and stuff. But if you sit back and look at the overall picture, this is a team that's rebuilding. We're in the middle of rebuilding. We got a new offensive coordinator. We got a second-year head coach. We got rookies and people who are out of place and have had injuries and stuff like that, which injuries are never an excuse because everybody's injured. But still, you're a rebuilding team and you're in first place in the division right now.
Right.
It's not a great division, so you got it off there, but everybody in the division's rebuilding. This is probably going to be one of the toughest teams in divisions in football in the next few years if everybody drafts right and plays their cards correctly.
Oh no, that's going to be the key. And I just look at
the big picture of it,
because let's face it, Derek Carr's not the future of that team. I'm sorry, no. I mean,
no, they're going to draft this year. Somebody.
Neither is Ritter. He should be gone. Now Carolina's got Bryce Young,
who could be if he stays healthy.
Well, yeah, you got to get an offensive line.
Isn't it funny though that we're talking about Bryce Young's health and CJ Stroud's the first one to get a concussion?
Oh, it's so unfortunate. I mean, he's playing good football.
He's playing great football.
Yeah. He's out this week. As you know, he was listed as out. So it's going to be a tough game for the Texans. Tennessee on the road. I like the Titans in this game simply because they're healthier. Will Levis is starting to get the NFL game flow a little bit. So Bryce Young, too short quarterback. Yeah, well, you know what? So's Baker Mayfield. He's short too.
The Panthers are in that position right now where they could really play spoiler to everybody. You know what I mean?
I got the upset this week. They're beating Atlanta. I got the upset this week.
I don't have that upset, but I hope you're right. I'll give you that game. I'll gladly let you take that lead on me.
Hey, I have a feeling the Panthers aren't playing that bad these last 2 weeks. They gave the Bucks.
There's a lot of fight in them. There is a lot of fight in them.
I mean, they just haven't gotten the result they wanted. So, but Alec, do you like our chances still to win the division, get in the playoffs?
It's more
wait a minute. First off,
no, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
Hold on, Alec. Hold on just a second. I got to remind you of something here. You are the guy who said Mike Evans would not get 1,000 yards this year.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, boo-hoo. I was wrong. Once wrong twice a year.
Just got to make sure you realize that you did that, and we got it on our list here.
You can add on a lot of shit takes that's been on the show. There's been a lot of shit takes on this show.
We had some bad ones. I've been watching some of the old films, man. Oh my god.
We all said the Seahawks would be bad last year. pending the fucking situation they had, and then look what happened.
So Alec, but do we squeak by and get in the playoffs?
I mean, do I want us to go to the playoffs? No. If I want a better draft pick, that's probably gone. But because like originally, like my plan was like,
Would you take a divisional round win in the playoffs, or getting to the divisional round? Period.
mm,
Well, we're going to get to divisional round anyway if we win the division. So, and we're not getting in the playoffs any other way.
Right.
I want to say it's like 50-50. Because no matter what, it's like if that was to happen, we'd probably end up with like the 20th pick. Even if
I only
should-
see, honestly, I only see two teams in the NFC that would scare me, and we got to face one of those teams if we win our division.
as long as the end of the year we don't see Dak Prescott holding up a Lombardi, I can sleep good at night.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
I
we'll
hope
see.
you didn't just curse us now and have Dak Prescott holding that thing.
No.
If that, I mean, I will be able to see it. I'll be out to see her in that Super Bowl, so I won't see it. Yeah, I'll probably see it.
Let's see. Corey Brown, thanks for tuning in tonight. Vita Vea out. Devin White. No, Vita Vea has not been listed out yet. He's still questionable. The only two that have been listed out have been Carlton Davis and Will Golston. Now, Will Golston's a big loss, Johnny. That's a big loss in our defense, the rotation. So he's not playing this week. That's huge. That is huge. I hate to
It
see
is, and if Vita's not completely healthy, I don't like him being out there either. He wasn't out there last week.
No. And Devin is questionable, although he's been questionable all year anyway. So what difference does it make?
I'm glad you gave William Golson his kudos, man, because William Golson is a warrior for the Bucs, man. He's been here, he's been in the trenches, he's been fighting for us all along. He's always played well. He just never got that. He's not a starter, and he's in the perfect position, but he is valuable to our team.
Absolutely. Again, he's been here since day one. Him and Mike Evans came in together, didn't they, in the draft? I think it was 2014.
Yeah, it was.
He's been through it all. So they should have fired him at halftime, Christopher Cole. I would have loved to see him like.
Oh, he's talking about Staley. He said
Yeah,
Staley.
yeah.
I was thinking about
Staley.
what's Stanley done wrong?
He should have been
And
fired at halftime.
I will die on this hill, no matter what. That Staley held back Justin Herbert. I don't care what it says. Herbert's way better
I agree.
than what people think.
Yep.
Staley held him back.
Well, Staley held the whole team back, man.
Yeah.
Completely. Now we got to see who gets that spot.
But then again, it's the Chargers. They have like that curse on them. I don't know what NFL gods they pissed off. Between injury bugs, head coaching bugs, it's just that whole team is just.
You know how we've been talking about Belichick to the Chargers? Watch Belichick take their GM job and really destroy the team.
Jesus Christ, that would be terrible.
That'd be the ultimate fuck you. Wouldn't it?
Oh man, maybe they have had secret talks. The Spanos and Belichick, and
I wonder if
bringing him in. Maybe they are bringing him in. They're going to give him the head coach job and the GM job like he has in Patriots.
I wonder if Ben can do the great Bill Belichick impersonation.
I'll try, but it's not really that good.
If you speak, it's no good. It's more like
Pretty much.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're on the next game. We got Kansas City. We got Mahomes.
no. I already answered that question.
Yeah. Does he cry? Yeah. We all do. Except me.
Because I'm a robot.
I only cried when Tom left. But yeah. Next question. I mean,
Is this Bucks report have at it?
it's have at it, but we're talking everything. We already if you
That's
tuned
what
in
have at it is.
yeah, we have added anything. Talked about the Chargers firing
Scott,
already.
the show you're looking for is on a different site.
Called a Horn Pub.
Horn
Jim Melvin
Pub.
tuning in tonight, man. How you doing, Jim? I think the past couple of games have given us the impression that the Bucks are on the rebound, but without a healthy Vita Vea, I don't see us hanging with the Packers. I hope I'm wrong. Hey, I hope I'm wrong too. I mean,
The Packers are very weak against the run. Our run game has improved a lot.
Yep.
So I think there is a definite chance. And Christian Watson, he doesn't. I don't think he strikes fear into very many people, does he? Do you think he strikes fear in anybody?
No, not right now. He doesn't because he hasn't stayed healthy. And even when he's had a chance, I mean, he's done okay.
He's an average wide receiver, man. Romeo Dobbs is like hit or miss. So
speaking of average,
Aaron Jones is their biggest weapon, and he hasn't been himself this year. So
yeah, Mr. Average himself.
It's the average Rams guy.
Talking about average, what have you been standing on the toilet looking over the balls?
I don't have to stand on top of things to look over stuff, man. You're the one that's way down here.
Where are you?
Where are you, Scott?
I think he meant to click the Corn Hub tab, and he clicked this one.
Corn Hub?
Corn Hub. Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. I'm trying to find my way back because I had to turn off the other one because it was feedbacking.
He's on Omegle.
If you're looking for yourself to be on the screen, all you're going to see is a room.
Yeah, a very nice room, but yeah,
nice room, nice chair, nice dresser, end tables.
Where the hell am I?
This is Omegle. Welcome to Omegle.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
I had to hit play.
Looking, it's the Twilight Zone.
Hey, hold on, Scott.
This is all an illusion.
I'm doing
Scott,
okay.
You sound like
my time on XNXX.
Oh my God! Look who's here, all the way from Arkansas too.
Oh,
Hillbilly, Mr. Marty McKnight.
What's up, everyone?
Marty came on to sing with us.
Yeah, you
What's
didn't
up,
burp.
everyone?
Why aren't you burping?
I'm drinking Platinums tonight to get shit face, not to burp.
Okay, well, we like burping. So what's going on, Marty?
Hell of a day at work. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Freaking coworker ate my damn pizza. Was not happy about that.
I saw that, dude. What the hell, dude? That is one of the worst.
How do you not reprimand the person? See, I said it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my point across. I sent a message. I taught him a lesson today.
What'd you do?
I pulled pranks on him the entire afternoon to let him know that it was not cool.
You do know that putting arsenic on your pizza is not considered a prank, right?
No, hiding his shit, closing the door, turning the lights off on him. All that happened today.
I like that. When you turn the light off when they're in the bathroom taking a shit.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I turned off one of the lights in the classrooms he was in getting trash, and he screamed like a little girl.
Help me! Help me!
And then I took his trash barrel and moved it to the very opposite end of the freaking hallway and hid it into a bathroom. And that was just one of like 12 things I did to get my point across.
That's it.
And the thing is, though, before he ate my pizza, we had a sit-down talk. He had an entire pizza to himself that he wanted to take home. I was like, okay, this one over here is mine. 30 minutes later, I see him walking down the hallway eating a slice of pizza. I was like, surely he didn't get mine. I opened up my box. Mine was gone. And his was still full.
Wow.
Did you take a piece out of his?
No, he offered it. So I was like, take your pizza or torture you. I tortured him.
Yeah, because you always can get pizza somewhere else. So.
Yeah, I just sent a clear message. I let him learn a lesson. Don't eat another man's pizza. Especially when you've been eating all damn day and I didn't get a chance to even sit down and take a lunch break. I worked 11 hours straight without a break. So I sent him a very clear message today of all the pranks and everything that shit was not cool. You don't take another man's food and think it's kind of cool. It's not.
And everybody, if you're listening out there, Marty, you're right. Do not fuck with another man's pizza, dude. That is just the rules in life.
Exactly. Especially when they have worked 11 hours straight, don't get a lunch break, and they want to take something home for their hard work, and you eat it and keep an entire pizza to yourself. No.
It is kind of funny.
Jim was like, phew, what are you guys talking about? I'm confused. We're talking about somebody that fucked with Marty today. Took his pizza. Do not do that, dude. I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah, don't
Especially
fuck with Martin, man.
Especially when he looks like fucking Miss Piggy, and I look like somebody, if the wind blew, I'll probably be thrown 20 miles cross country.
Have you measured it?
I'm sorry.
Does he drink soda?
No, he doesn't. If I did, I'll put what's that powder you put in there to make someone shit every 5 seconds?
Wow.
That's a cold.
Believe me, I was that petty. I was going to get my point across every way possible, and I did. I even almost was he was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Just throw a rag at me. Just take your best shot." And I grabbed my freaking bleach bottle, spray, and I was going to spray him in the face with it.
Should have.
Oh, dude.
There was a guy at work used to steal people's soda. They'd bring it from home and just put it in a refrigerator until they were ready to leave. And this guy got mad because it kept disappearing. So he took a Mountain Dew bottle and pissed in it and put it in a refrigerator.
There you go. There you go.
And to make things worse, today was the school's Christmas party, and they left cupcakes and donuts. And I opened up his pizza box. He had 5 Christmas donuts and 7 cupcakes and the entire pizza to himself. And guess what I got? The entire day working 11 hours without a single break. Guess what I got today?
You got some sprinkles that were left on the table.
I got 1 cupcake today because he took everything else and ate everything else.
I'm surprised you got 1 cupcake, man.
I know, right?
Oh, dude, this is more than
He's like 260 pounds, and I'm 120, 25, barely.
There you go. 206 there.
And it sat down for a solid hour and just screwed off and ate. And I didn't even get a chance to sit down for 2 minutes to take a break.
So, was he like 4'9", 260 pounds?
He's like 5'7". The only thing is, though, he suffers from a little Down syndrome. But he knew what he did because he smiled and laughed about it at first until he realized I was dead serious. I told him that I'm going to teach you a lesson today. Don't eat another man's pizza. And I pulled pranks on him an entire afternoon. To the point where it's like, hey, dude, I understand. I'm sorry. How long are you going to be doing these pranks? I looked at my phone. I was like, I got 2 more hours working with you.
Dude, that's brutal, man. I love it.
Should have told me average lifespan of the male is 78 years old. So I got that long.
I did. I pulled every prank in the box from. He was walking out of the classroom. He was literally walking out of the classroom, and I stand in front of the door. I slammed the door on him and leaned down a little bit and waved at him and locked the door.
Hey,
that's not the worst.
If you got any listeners out there,
the worst, he was in a bathroom, a small bathroom, and I closed the door and locked it, and I put a chair in between the door lock and sat in between the door and let him bang on it for like 2 minutes, yelling, wanting out.
Like at the gas station.
It must be Anthony.
No, this is Jim Melvin.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if anybody out there is in any entertainment groups, please add us. We need more places to share this show.
Yes.
This is better than what gas station was I at?
Buc-ee's, dude.
Oh, you wasn't getting any energy at me. I was driving for like 11 hours that day. If you thought you was gonna get peak entertainment at Buc-ee's at 12 a.m.,
Yeah,
you might as well fucking go watch YouTube videos all night.
Trust me, that's when you're most entertaining.
So yeah, it's just a everybody that's listening. Here's just a common knowledge and a lesson to everybody. If you're working, don't steal another man's food after y'all have a discussion. Like, this is mine, this is yours. I've been working all day. I have had nothing to eat. Don't eat mine, and then come out about 20 minutes later eating my pizza and smiling about it. Because there's going to be hell to catch from that.
Or hey, wait a minute. Don't listen to him. Do that so we can get more content on this show like this.
Yes.
Sounds like Marty's got PTSD.
I still want my fucking pizza.
Yeah, there it is.
Where'd you
My
get the
stomach
pizza
is
from?
growling right now. I haven't eaten anything, and I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning.
Oh my God, go eat something, man.
I
Can't you
just want alcohol now after what happened.
Can't you get the lunch lady to fix you something?
She did, but I didn't get a chance to eat it. She just put a plate down. And I had to put it in my truck because I've been so damn busy. When I had a chance to eat something, then freaking Miss Piggy had to eat my damn pizza.
Miss Piggy.
I just want to know, is the lunch lady good looking?
And
Hey, wait a minute, Marty. You're a fan of that fake team, right?
Fake team.
The fake team, you know, the one that wears green and all that shit.
You talking about Notre Dame?
Yeah, that thing.
Mm.
Then you should be used to people with Down syndrome messing with you.
Oh,
Guys,
Ben, you have a person asking for the link.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Our good
very
friend here.
glad I'm not close to
Kennedy,
your
I will
house.
send it to you
Drop
right now,
it.
sir.
That's Ray Kennedy.
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot.
Well, Marty, if it makes you feel any better, you could have 25 consecutive days of working from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. and not eat at all.
Yeah, that was
Besides
so
fruit.
bad.
Yeah, welcome to my life for the last 20-some days.
And then lose about 20, 30 pounds. They wonder, why are you so skinny? Because you got freaking Fat Albert eating all your damn food and taking everything.
No, that's
Was
just
that his
me
name, Albert?
working from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. and not getting any breaks.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Uncle Sam for you.
that's
they'll
kind of how I
get
go.
every-
That.
They'll get their money's worth somehow.
But on your job, aren't you sitting in a little basement room just handling
Mm.
tubes?
No, that's sure. That's at a hospital. That's not my actual job. That's not my job field. They just put me there because that's the hospital.
Let me ask you this though:
Now
wouldn't you be
I'm
pissed
actually
off?
working my actual job.
But let me ask you this: wouldn't you be pissed off if you have something that the school gave you and gave everybody a whole box of pizza because they're
Oh my
Christmas
God.
stuff, and someone eats it and steals it and laughs about it? Wouldn't you be a little bit irritated?
I'd have seen it as a challenge and probably decked the bastard.
No, I pulled pranks. I wasn't getting fired. I got
As soon as the guy
I
laughed
mean,
about it, that
knowing that I'm from Polk County, Florida, yeah, these hands are E for everyone.
Oh, there you go.
I don't pull pranks. I throw hands.
Yeah. See, you can take the guy out of the Polk County, but you can't take the Polk County out of the guy.
like I literally put a chair in between.
I curb stomped somebody in
That's-
I think it was like in 10th grade. So I mean, that's how Polk County is raised. We're raised to throw hands. Nothing else. They had school fights every day.
I thought all Polk County people were raised to do meth.
No, that's Polk City. Polk City is meth heads.
Man, that shit's everywhere in Polk County. What do you think I left for? You could go down the
Davenport
street
is full
and
of weed heads.
You could go down the street and smell 5 friggin' meth factories.
That was probably in 1980, but in 1995 and 2000, we were all smoking weed in high school. From
I
9th grade
wasn't
to
in Polk
12.
County in the 80s, man. I didn't get to Polk County until 20.
Well, Ben said you were born in the 1960s, so
1960s, 1860.
I'm not from Polk County. I lived in Highlands County most of my life.
Hell, Johnny's first vehicle was actually a horseback.
Damn.
We couldn't afford no fucking horse. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, so you just walked 5 miles uphill both ways.
Both
Damn.
ways.
Was Johnny taking pizza too, or what?
I can't imagine seeing Johnny at a Tesla facility. Back in my day, we drove the car ourselves.
I drove a Dodge, and I had to push it to work every day.
Yeah.
They got these cars driving itself.
Johnny
By
used
the
to
way,
be-
was 2 million Teslas recalled? 'Cause,
If you have you watched the Netflix movie about that? Like the
No, not yet.
coincidental leave the
No.
world behind.
yeah, we just finished that tonight.
Yeah,
if you
there's
watch-
no spoilers because
watch-
I'm going to watch it after the show.
If you watch that and then you look at the Tesla thing, it's just hilarious as fuck.
The new Tesla truck, have you seen that? I gave them shit about
Cybertruck.
I gave them shit about it because all the road tests are on the road. It's supposed to be a truck. Show me that. Show me it doing truck stuff.
Yeah,
I
like,
want
no-
to because they'll get stuck.
I don't give a shit about its top end. I don't give a shit about how fast it is from 0 to 60 on a track. I want to see it fucking pull a stump out of a fucking ground, out of the ground.
yeah, turn that son of a bitch into a submarine going to a pothole back and forth and see if it's
Wait,
survives.
Yeah.
It didn't
Wait,
even
why is
have
that-
a truck bed, did it?
Hey Ben, did you watch that movie? I think it's like Don't Look Up on Netflix.
It's got a bed, but it's like
Don't look up.
one of the roll
not
things.
yet. Last one I watched on Netflix was the one with Jennifer Lawrence. No Hard Feelings.
I
That's
watched
what
that
they
in
all say.
theaters.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
they all say.
It had my
No, but
attention.
there's a Netflix movie. It was called like Don't Look Up. It was like Don't Look Up. It's like the end of the world.
Yeah,
thing.
don't look up. It's cool
Yeah,
as shit.
with Jonah Hill and
It's basically the equivalent to it's like somewhat like that same kind of stuff, but it's like a nationwide like blackout.
okay.
Well,
Okay,
don't
yeah.
look
Yeah,
up. was
it's honestly not that bad.
straight
Don't,
up comedy.
don't
man.
ruin it for Johnny.
Yeah, but don't look up was a straight up comedy. That was hilarious as shit, man.
Well, I mean, you can make this movie a comedy if you fucking look at the Teslas.
Yeah. What is it? USB port that they had issues with? Like on
I've
the
been
Tesla?
test driving some Teslas too, by the way.
Ew,
You'll see
bro.
more of that
Like,
on in my
the
group.
funny part is like seeing all the Teslas like line up. It's like, okay, how long has this been like? When that scene happened, you're just like, okay, how long was that shit been going on?
Mhm.
I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. The
Yeah.
the ending was what made it a 8.
High
It could have been
praise.
a little bit better, but
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure, man. Hey, Johnny, so how do you like driving a Tesla? Is it
I was surprised at how much I did like it.
Ew, gross.
I went into it wanting to hate it, dude. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to cuss it. I wanted to compare it to his stupid what he's done to Twitter. But
uh-huh.
I did enjoy it. There was a
yeah,
little bit of
get
a
right in the private
there's a
chat.
vibration in the ride that I didn't like.
Kind of like a Ford.
Shut up. Ford, what are you talking about? You shut up. You're driving a Dodge. You ain't got nothing to say.
Mine gets me back and forth to work. I don't have to push it to work.
Well, most impressed I've been oh God, I hate to say this. Shit. The most impressed I've been, you can't hold this against me either, Marty. I've been driving an electric vehicle is the new Chevy, what is that called? Son of a bitch, there it went right out of my head.
But aren't they getting rid of most emission cars supposedly?
Well, yeah, you're not going back to gas. Gas prices are not going down. They're spending a fortune to install all these electric charging points and shit in the world.
Oh,
It's
who's
not
this
going
cool.
guy?
Here's Ray.
Speaking of horses,
Yo, hey
Yeah, of
Johnny,
course.
is it the Chevy Volt?
No, it's the what is that SUV that they've always had? They've always had it.
Trailblazer.
Cobalt?
No, the Trailblazer. Yeah, it's the
Trailblazer,
Chevy
yeah.
Trailblazer. That is a nice fucking ride, and I hate Chevys. So that's high
I
praise.
thought it was a
for me.
horse behind him. It's his dog.
Gee, Ray, what's going on, dude? You got your dog with you? What's up, man?
No, that's my horse, Johnny. Johnny
That's
Dean and
yours?
that's our first car was a horse.
Nice. How you been, man? Welcome
Oh
back.
man, it's good. I'm good. How's everybody been in here?
Oh, I'm doing great. Just hungry, but I'm great.
Everybody but Marty's doing okay.
Yeah. Ray, I'm just wondering when Tristan's going to be drafted to the Bucks. Man. Probably like 6-7 years from now, or what?
Oh, he's so mad tonight, guys. We were over at the Osceola.
He has
seminar.
grown so fucking much, Ray.
John,
God.
I give him a little roid injection every night, just a little.
I saw that picture with you standing next to him and shit, and he's like, "You better watch your shit with him, buddy."
Oh, you ain't kidding, brother. You're not. And tonight, Seminole High School. That's their rival, biggest rival here in Seminole. Seminole Warhawks beat the Osceola Warriors. Tristan's like, I can't wait for football season. We're gonna go get it back with blood. And I'm like, yo, easy. Use it for motivation, but let's not get too dark.
Locker room talk.
Yeah,
he's pointing at inner Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his inner Dan Campbell being channeled there, huh?
Spike his ankles, dude.
I swear, when Alec went back a few minutes, he said, "I'm from Polk County." I thought he was going to say, "I've already got 3 priors and a bolo out for me."
No.
Who's to say he hasn't? Why do you think he joined the military?
Love you, Alec.
Fucking Monday Night Football intro from the 90s when he said that.
Yeah. Right.
I was telling Mario, I was like, we in high school we fought. There was fights daily. It was.
Well, that's
I
high school football. That's how it is. It's high school football, man. There's always.
No, I'm saying like school, and not football games. I'm saying like there was fights every day.
So
No,
you have
Either you defended yourself or you continue to sit there and get beat up. So I was like,
Alec, that's the reason why every one of us who lived here on the coast, the moment we got across to Howard Franklin and even got near West Tampa, let alone East Tampa, we started hearing that banjo. So we were
down.
No, you're right though. Alec is right. They throw fists over there on the coast here. We act like we're gonna throw fists, and we try to work it out like we're lawyers. But no, 100%. That's what's going on over there, man.
Yeah.
that's how
well, shit,
your
he's
community
lucky
is.
because where I work at is fucking pregnancy tests and condoms.
Wait, where do you work? Where do you work, at the White House?
Walmart.
Awful House.
Freaking school here in South Arkansas. All you see is freaking condoms and freaking pregnancy tests and trash cans.
That sounds like all 4 years of my high school experience.
That's why I was glad my parents put me through the public school system, not the charter school system.
I'm keeping my mouth shut about that.
I know Polk County public school system is trash. We know.
No, I didn't go to the Polk County public school. I was in Highlands County, dude.
3.2 GPA. I take that any day of the week.
I was out there playing football with Ronnie Lippett and screwing cheerleaders.
What?
There you go.
Wait,
Condoms
you
and
guys have football when the Lions actually won a championship?
wait, the last time the Lions won a championship, what was before the Titanic went down, right?
Yes.
Oh, here we
it
go.
can't
Polk
be.
County is where meth is delivered from Mexico in different states. Okay, you know what? Everybody needs to leave Davenport out of your fucking mouth. They don't sell
Let's
meth.
say
That's
Davenport.
clearly
I'm gonna
say
start that
Polk
comment right
City.
there.
Hey,
Auburndale, Lake Wales, Winter
Alec,
Haven.
Alec,
That's
where
all
are
the
you-
meth heads.
Alec, where are you?
Davenport
Don't
is the
act
weed
like
heads.
Davenport ain't next to the Green Swamp. So
I bought drugs from my dealer in freaking Davenport. It sells
Alec.
strictly marijuana.
Where were you reading that from? The Tourism Bureau there for Polk County?
No, if you go to Auburn, if you go to Auburndale, it's strictly this bunch of meth heads in Auburndale. Because what the fuck is there to do to Auburndale? Watch grass grow?
don't think Hillsboro's out of that equation either, though.
Oh. No. And North Pinellas.
Plant
Sarasota's
City.
the only ones.
Plant City catches. Oh my God! All the meth in Plant City, you could probably supply Arkansas with it.
I didn't see meth until I was in like 7th grade from people that were in Auburndale. They'll bring it to school.
So how's the drug supply in Jacksonville?
I wouldn't know. I'm
took
in the
drugs in
military.
Jacksonville.
I wouldn't know. It's a different era, Scott. I'm in the military now. I can't do that stuff no more.
That sounded like a canned answer, Alec. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm in the
Jacksonville
military.
used to have the highest crime rate in Florida, so figure it out.
Well, you never know if Joe Biden's tapping these computers nowadays.
Oh God, here we go.
Here we
Where's
go.
Where's my aluminum foil hat?
All right. Let's, Roy, while we got you on here, we got a big game Sunday, dude. We're going up to Green Bay. This is huge for the, I know you were talking about it on your show, man.
Yes.
I think I picked them to win this week. I do. I really think we can win this game. Green Bay's going to miss some players, I think.
Yeah,
Dillon's
you
still
saw
out, I believe.
Dillon's going to hurt. Yeah, AJ Dillon's not going to play.
Yeah.
And guys, let's be honest. Elijah Cansey, and of course, it sounds like Vita Bay is going to be a game time decision. But the Buccaneers, what they're going to try and do all day Sunday is the same thing they tried to do, and they actually did last year when the Packers came here. and they were doing it in the first half. We're going to make and that was Aaron Rodgers. We're going to make the quarterback uncomfortable. We're going to get Kalijah and the boys up in there blowing up the middle, but we need our offense to have that running game so that, unlike last year when remember last year our team was taking IVs at halftime because the Packers came into Tampa Bay and used our own strategy against us. Ball control, wear the other team down. I'm rambling, but yeah, 100%, Ben, you're 100% right. Get the running game going this week, and this defense can feed with Jordan Love. I really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Well,
the Packers-
they don't have anybody. Christian Watson isn't scaring nobody.
Yeah.
The best wide receiver they have on their team is average. Aaron Jones is, as far as I know, still out or not playing well at all. So that's the best weapon they have, and he has been ineffective lately. So
and Dobbs
My
is like,
opinion,
okay.
it's the cold weather. It's the mental cold weather.
it ain't got nothing to do with the damn cold weather, man. Kansas played in cold weather last year.
Oh, Pittsburgh, yeah, nasty conditions. Johnny D would know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you guys this though. Hey, if you don't mind me, the reason why I jumped in here because especially this is a subject I know is near and dear to the professor's heart, Johnny Dean. But I've been making a case all week to why Jade, of course, Peter Blake and I will be covering with Antep Sports covering the ReliaQuest Bowl. I've been making a case all week to why Jaden Daniels, even though he picks up the hardware last Saturday night, the Heisman, he's going to play for LSU, and I think that this kid's draft stock improves with it. I think he wants to finish his season out. I think it's a good thing for college football because we know it's a business. But as all these players continue to step away because, their agents are telling them, get off the field. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, it's because of the competition and the fighting these dogs since the time they were 8 years old, Johnny Dean, that they're up here competing at this level. And at some point, you got to say no. A kid like Jaden Daniels, he should come in here and play in the ReliaQuest Bowl and see what the LSU Tigers can do against the Maryland Terrapins.
Oh, hey Ben, this is a random news drop, but Troy Franklin's declaring for the draft.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he says he's foregoing his season.
Well, Drake
Okay.
May did already, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not playing in the bowl.
Have we heard anything about JJ?
Not yet.
Since we have Ray here, I want a pulse check on. Johnny's gonna get mad when I say this, but I can't get kicked out here for saying this. A pulse check on the Rays fans right now.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
No, guys, I'll make it brief. It's literally everybody, the news this year with the stadiums getting built here in St. Pete, and everybody's happy about that. At least as an avenue that the team stays here in Tampa Bay. The Glass now and Manny Margot, everybody's like, this is what the Rays do. They buy low, they sell high. They get a pitcher back who's got very, very limited experience at major league level, and also an outfielder who's going to step right into Margot's position. So we weren't going to be able to pay those $30 million in salaries, not this year. So, I mean, really, Alec, the mood is just pretty much just like, okay, this is what we do.
The Rays have always been a major league, minor league, farm league.
Yeah.
But, Johnny, I get that, but yet every year in and year out, they're either at the top or right near the top of the American League East.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you want to really follow a team, when you really love your team, you want to have a player that you can follow and not see him gone 3 years after you start rooting for him, And the Rays has never. Who was oh shit? A few years ago, we had
Evan Longoria.
Longoria, thank you. Yeah, and when they got rid of him, I was like, well, the Rays just don't want a fan base. They don't want to have that to bring them fans in, and that hurts that fan base. You know that, Ray?
Yeah, but
with the Rays, how the Rays. Well, I noticed this season they don't like to keep their pitchers in longer than like 6 innings. That's how it was with Glasnow. They usually pull them in like the 6.
But what happens when Rays fans get on board with the player? We end up finding out that he's not just texting a nanny; he's texting the nanny's granddaughter. So we have a problem with the Wander Franco. So it's like at the end of the day.
Wait a minute. Did the Rays bring in KW2?
So Ray, I mean, like, doesn't this kind of just tell you Stu wants to get out of Tampa, St. Pete, when he's making moves like this? I mean,
Ben, we saw. If you guys, I don't know when the last time. No, Alec was just here. You guys, if you could see what the city of Tampa and what Jeffrey Vinnick, the owner of the Lightning, has done there, Channel Side, and continues to do. It's philanthropic and everything, but making money. And Stu Sternberg, whoever owned this Rays team, going into the next 3 to 5 years. It's going to get so much money from all the redevelopment of the entire 88 acres of the gas plant district. And what is basically St. Petersburg's almost $1 million square foot type of town right now. So I think that, this is just a race. The thing is, though, Ben, if it starts to not work, what if we trade away a Glasnow and a Manny Margot and we don't find the next great pitcher when our other healthy pitchers, other pitchers get healthy in a year? And then you start having a lot of problems, especially as you're looking to move into that new stadium. People start talking about how much that stadium costs.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's just to me from the outside looking in. It looks like this is Stu's way of slowly saying, I want the hell out of here. I want to go back to Montreal or somewhere else. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Like it's
The Lightning, you used the Lightning as an example, and that's a good example for what I'm talking about. At least with the Lightning, you can have a fan base follow a player, dude.
No,
Well, I mean, the only problem is like they used to bet, like Ben pointed it out, but even like the playoffs. I mean, it was mixed opinions on it, but like when the Rays were in the playoffs against the Rangers, people were saying, "Oh, their fans don't show up." I was like, "It's 4:00 on a weekday."
Oh, good, Alec. Great point, though. Yeah, and we found out literally the day before. By the way, the Rays were playing at it was a 1:30 start on a Tuesday in the middle of a busy work week in September, and it's like, by the way, you guys play tomorrow at 1:30, and Major League Baseball, they figured, you know what, we've already got a new stadium going up here. We're not worried about alienating that fan base at all. So they throw it up there. So what a big ask. But at the end of the day, guys, all of y'all that have experience and been here, I'm trying to make my shot better. Sorry, but the fact of the matter is that there's a problem with the numbers and going to baseball games here. It's always going to be whoever owns this team is always going to have to make it a reason to want to come to the game. To fill the stadium. There's always going to be walk up, but you got to really make it a reason. And all you got to do is make it a thing. And the problem is, the product on the field, can you make it a thing?
But couldn't I argue though, Ray, that with the playoff, and I understand what you're saying with the whole
Playoffs.
time thing, playoffs. Still, you only had like 20,000 fans there. Shouldn't you have
Yeah.
at least a little bit more there?
Hey, Ben.
20,000?
Ben,
I
pull
know.
Ray up full screen so we can see his shot, man.
Oh, you like that
You
shot?
got it.
I can't see it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Full
Yeah, hold on a
screen.
sec. Hold on.
He's always got a great shot behind him, though.
That's
There we
rude.
go. There we go.
All right, let me see.
There you go.
Oh, let me do this. Watch.
Oh, look at that.
So that's Ruth. And then
Hey,
we
I
got
don't
one
want to see your
down.
crotch, Ray. Come on.
Oh, no, come on.
Wait, I'm a grower, not a shower. Take me off full screen.
Well, hey Ray, I got a question for you.
Where you at?
I'm at the Seminole City Center, what used to be the
Okay.
Seminole Mall. Yeah,
Okay,
right up here in
yeah.
Seminole.
Yep.
But guys, we're expecting a nor'easter. And Johnny, what's it going to be like there going up the East Coast? Because we basically have been told we're going to get a tropical storm off the Gulf tomorrow, even though it's subtropical. I mean, this is a bit of a nor'easter, and they said with these strong El Nino, we're going to be expecting this the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
got
told
3
us
days
that-
of rain coming.
They told us that yesterday. That's why because we were supposed to be out to sea for 3 days, and they canceled it because they're getting 20-foot waves. So they said we couldn't go out there.
Yeah, no, Alec, I saw that.
That's the Jacksonville life. It's been nothing but rain up here.
Hey Ray, I have a question
Go ahead.
for
Please.
Oh, there's-
you. Here, him.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
that. What's his name?
Oh, it's a her. Yeah, it's Ruth.
Her. Oh, nice. nice.
True story.
Ruthie.
Since we're talking politics in here tonight, we get her, after a year and a half into COVID, and I want to get to that question. So hold on. But a year and a half into COVID, my wife's like, all right, it's time for our third shepherd. But my wife's grown up with them. And so they go and get her and they bring her home. It was a Saturday. We saw a posting on, eBay. It said 12 puppies. They were like a mile and a half away, $600 rehoming fee. So there's not even for purebred. So we call them and they're like, there's only one left. It was the runt of the litter, which I don't know if you guys are looking, but she's not the runt of the litter anymore.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
gorgeous. She's grown a lot, man.
Yeah, Johnny, thank you. But the thing is that what was I telling you that story for? Well, they went and got her and whatever. I'm sorry. So back to your question.
You were going into politics, probably talking about Biden shepherd that bit everybody.
No, but so we went to work and that was the weekend that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. Of course, groundbreaking.
Okay.
So I
Yes.
said, you know what? Our last German Shepherd, I gave her a Russian name. She was Sasha. I thought that was ironic, and I thought, you know what though? If you guys want to do a homage to Ruth Bader, Bader would be a great name for a German Shepherd. Bader? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? I swear to God, guys, I go to work, I come home, my wife, my daughter, this is how much they hate me. I come home and they go, her name is Ruth. I'm like, oh, Ruth
Oh,
Bader
God.
Ginsburg, come on. But they grow into
Oh,
their
I like
name.
it.
Now
That's
she's
cool,
Ruth.
man. I like that name. I like
Thank
it.
you.
Household politics.
They have
So, Marty, what was your question, Marty? since
stadium.
someone asked- Yeah, go ahead.
The Buccaneers. I've been hearing rumors about eventually a new stadium or going to revamp
They
Raymond.
have to.
I'll tell you what. First of all, the stadium I'm going to tomorrow there in Orlando, as I sit through this nor'easter, is with the Appalachia State versus Miami of Ohio in the Avocados from Mexico, the Cure Bowl that my son has to go see App State play. It's called the Bounce House. And it's over on the UCF campus in Orlando. We are going to finally get a stadium. They've already approved it now, and they are going to get an on-campus stadium built for the USF Bulls, which, guys, I hope you guys are noticing the USF Bulls under first-year coach Alex Golesh, former offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Volunteers. He's doing it here. And so, but yeah, as far as your question, they've been upgrading Raymond James all along. I would be honest to say that Raymond James has got at least a decade left in her, but I'm sure the Glazers.
No. There ain't no decade left in it. Look,
Johnny, I'm not
the
kidding you.
Rams getting that game, well, not the Rams, but Los Angeles SoFi getting another game in 28 or 29.
27.
That puts the time limit. That puts a time limit on the Bucks to build a stadium. They've already bought ground, or they've looked at ground over there by the fairgrounds off of Confunction Junction.
That would work.
Yep, and evidently those are going to go into effect real soon here, man.
Well, I
Yeah.
can tell you, if you guys want to,
They came out in 1996, 1997.
98. I think it was 98.
99,
Yeah,
the same year. The same year the Rams beat us.
Right now.
98, yeah. 98 was the Bucks and Raymond James was 98 because I took I got the first and last. I was at both games, right? My season tickets in the old stadium were on the north, where Vernon Turner returned the first punt in team history. And then we moved in the new stadium. But we played Chicago Bears that early September, that first home game. And you guys remember it was like the fifth game of the season. The Bucks ended up starting. They played all their preseason on the road that year, and they played their first 3 weeks because Raymond James wasn't quite finished. And of course, that day they played the Chicago Bears because we were still in the NFC North division, which is what we have this weekend. An NFC Norris or NFC, the Norris division, black and blue division. The Bucks versus the Packers. I think if the Buccaneers can follow Baker Mayfield into battle. And they're like, and if Todd Bowles shows the team the old videos of back in the day when this was the biggest rivalry we had, show them a little bit of Warren Sapp owning Brett Favre, show them a little bit of, show them, and then show them, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why the Buccaneers shouldn't get that running game going this week and go into Green Bay and put a foot.
I don't worry about the running game whatsoever. I think I did at first at the beginning of the year. Now that they've got the offensive line settled out for the run game, I don't have issues with it. What I do have an issue with is Baker's long balls. He does not have the long ball. He doesn't.
Oh, you meant his throws. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Oh, okay. Well, it is. Have at it. Let's go with it.
There you go.
He can't escape the pocket with them long balls.
No,
It's
they get in his
hard.
way. He trips over them and shit, man.
I think he's having kids, so working somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well, I mean, he hits the balls with his helmets, with other teams' helmets. So
You guys.
His best throw downfield is when he bounces the ball off somebody's helmet into.
Yeah.
Now, though, Johnny, we saw it again. We saw it last week. It was funny because remember that was the thing with Baker last year when he was in Carolina and he's headbutting people with like no padding on. But we started to see him headbutting again. And I've been wanting to see what you guys. I've never been. You guys all know me, and I love every one of you. And you know I've been on the Kyle Trask train all along.
I still am, Ray. Don't give
Johnny,
up on Kyle Trask yet.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because Baker, I think he's got this team starting to get hot at the right time. He's got these offensive line. He's got Luka Decky playing like an All-Pro. How do you guys like that story this year? It's like, well, the Buccaneers are. Whoa, Luka Decky's actually a pretty darn good offensive lineman.
I was listening to somebody last night who was actually wanting to get Luke Decky from the Bucs. I was like, "What? Wait. Let me rewind. Did I hear that right?"
He's a dog.
yeah.
He's a dog.
Well, I mean, look at Alex Kappa. He went to Cincinnati. He's been playing pretty good for them ever since. I mean,
Yes,
God. But I'll tell you what, You want to know my prediction on the Buccaneer quarterback position? Even if Baker gets, I'm now short of the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, I think if Baker Mayfield gets his team, gets them to the second round of the playoffs, if the Buccaneers do make the playoffs as the fourth, the pick one in the South, and he gets that victory, Baker Mayfield can name his price next season. I think anything short of that, I think that Jason Light is actually in a good place to go, well, we love you, Baker. We brought you in here. We were true to our form. We gave you the entire year. You didn't do us wrong. We were mediocre at best the entire. That's if we don't get there. But at the same time, hey, Kyle, we know we've watched you develop over 4 years. You had 2 years behind Tom Brady.
But the
What's
beauty
your
of that,
numbers?
the beauty of that is he can't demand a high cost because nobody's seen him on the field.
That's Johnny. Beautiful. That was my point. Is that I think Jason Light, as far as again, surprise, surprise, one of the best general managers in professional football. I think that Jason Light is he's playing on house money, and the only thing he's got to worry about is who's going to have coaching his team next year, because Todd Bowles has not lost his team. He's nowhere close to it. But I'm telling you what, when you start to hear a player, Chris Godwin's wife is doing social media posts, and I'm not trying to call them out on it, but at the end of the day, you start to go, is Todd starting to lose his locker room? No, it was just a wife who was pissed off that her husband wasn't getting his love. At the end of the day, if Todd Bowles doesn't lose his locker room, he's the Buccaneer coach in 2024, without a doubt, regardless of who's your quarterback.
I think when you brought up Godwin, I think Godwin's a little bit he withholds the diva in him, put it that way. I think there's a lot of diva in Godwin that doesn't show. I think we saw that when he held out for in the franchise tag. He got franchised twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
animosity inside him still about that.
You don't have to question Chris Godwin's diva-ness. He's got a wife she's built bigger and she can kick his ass. I mean,
Hey,
Chris
Ben,
Godwin's wife. Oh, Alec, no, you got to leave? What do you got?
Yeah, I got to step up. I have duty tomorrow.
All right,
Come
man.
on.
Have a good
Plus,
night,
I got to be up at like 6 a.m. I have duty tomorrow. Plus, they told us to be
That's
there an
what you
hour
lose?
early. They told us to be there an hour early because of how the weather's going to be with all the winds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
I
Alec,
gotta
just remember, the Navy gets the gravy and the Army gets the beans. I don't know why I said
Alec
that.
gets the
Love
duty.
you, brother. He gets duty, all right.
No, I'm just riding my last 4 years of this contract out.
Hey, finish
That's-
strong. Hey, remember, go out the same way you came in, with honor and respect. And so you can always look back on it and go, all right, I kicked that ass for a few years and now I'm doing this. Okay, brother?
Well, I came
I
in
see.
sober, left alcoholic.
Hey, you guys just got a pay raise today, man. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's
From my
not really.
president.
They
my
lowered
president.
our housing allowance, so that's not really a good news. They lowered our housing allowance by like $400.
Well, the raise had to come from somewhere, Alec.
No, like they said that the housing market in Jacksonville is worth $1,700. I was like, that's cute. My apartment's $1,780.
That's not cool, because Jacksonville is a beach town, so they shouldn't. The military doesn't give you any assistance with paying for that rent, or is it because you
Well,
No,
every
they-
place,
they-
every
they
place
gave-
the Navy goes is a beach town.
They gave California the bigger raise because they said they needed more, so they gave them $4,000 a month.
Well, no, we saw Ron DeSantis' maps. They did that because California has bigger shit pods all around the state, right?
Yeah, they
You
don't
guys
care
know what I'm
about.
talking. No one
this
knows what I'm
part.
talking about here. No one knows what I'm talking about here.
I'm a little
No,
lost.
with Gavin Newsom doing
Gavin Newsom
Oh,
debated
yeah,
Ron,
okay,
Ron, and but that was Ron. You know, his big thing. He pulled out because, of course, California, infamous San Francisco for homelessness, and he pointed out different areas of the city where they actually graphed out the amounts of human feces. I don't want to go there. I don't know why I did. Forget it.
Well, we did
Alec,
have Cleveland Streamer on another show, didn't we, Johnny? So I mean,
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Yes, we did.
We love you, Alec. Go get some sleep.
yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm.
All right, Alec, take care, man.
All right, y'all too.
Thank you for
Be
your
safe,
service.
everybody.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
brother.
Oh, my service will be done in 4 years, and I cannot wait.
Then I'll quit thanking you in 4 years, okay?
Oh, I'll be enjoying my sleep and touching some herbal grass.
If you
As they
think
must
that's all
say.
there is to living outside the military, then have
Oh, I have my what's it called? I have the
See what I
skill
did
bridge
there, Ben?
program.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, I
segue.
just want to know, you guys in the Navy, if you decide you want to touch yourself, Where can
Oh
you
my God! Here we go. Have at it, people. Have at it.
where do you find privacy?
Hey, Alec, can I tell it? Alec, can I tell it? Alec, just say Ray, you can tell it, please.
Ray, you could tell it.
What's long and hard and full of semen?
Submarine.
A submarine. Right? Come on. Alec, we love you.
To answer Scott's question, they do that in their racks.
Under the
During
blanket.
During the 8-day underway we were gone, not even 2 days in, the guy like the aisle across like the next to me, all you hear is a Pornhub video intro being played, and then 2 minutes later he's like, "Ah."
No.
I was like, bro, I was like, it's only 2 days in. He's like the next day I was like, you good? He's like, yeah. He's like last
Good
man.
now.
I
Okay.
was like, if 2 days is bad for you, I can't imagine the deployment. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be rough for me.
If it's any consolation, when you get to my age, you don't need the audio anymore.
So Ray, I just want to ask you, when did you decide to go with the Wolfman Jack look?
You like that?
Oh,
Well, because
I-
I'm not.
you
giving
got the
good-
gray perfectly though, man.
Yeah.
How the hell
Yeah,
do you do that?
it's- you know, because you guys, I make fun of Peter Blake. He looks like Old Man Winter. It's all gray. He looks just, I'm like, what the heck? But I'm like, as I grew it out, I'm like, you know what? I think that this might be it's still dark enough in some areas, and there's no coloring going on here that when I get my head shaved. So the thing, guys, if you guys are like me, after you let your hair grow a little bit without getting Alec, we got to get you out of here. Go. You need
He's
some
gone.
rest.
He's gone.
Oh, he Caspered already? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm going with. It's just I'm showing low tonight. I'm a shower,
Now,
not a grower.
Ray, now why don't we get Harry to do that? You and Peter already got the. Why don't we get Harry to grow something other than the upper lip, man? Get
How do you even say Harry Peter in the same sentence and not lose your shit?
He did that on purpose just to say Harry Peter.
Oh, hey, real quick, Christopher Cole's got a good question here. I think, assuming, if we draft Penix Jr., do we move Wirfs back to right tackle since he's a lefty, right?
Oh.
Oh my God. No, that's a great. I mean, Christopher Cole, leave it to him to come up with something like that, because obviously that would have to be because that's your franchise guy. I mean, no matter what it costs to keep, we could all Mike Evans. We want to make everybody happy with Levante. Of course, Devin's going to be a Bear or whatever. But
Wait a minute. You're not going to go off on Mike Evans now, are you?
No, I'm saying though, we know that. No, I know Mike Evans.
He's been on that building longer than anybody else except for David.
Johnny, if Mike Evans is not a Buccaneer in 2024, then 2024 ends up being a complete rebuild. The only way you don't keep the number one guy on your team who's been setting it since 2014 and actually tried to break Jameis Winston's cherry, although I think
still ranked 12th in the league right now.
Yeah, no. And Jameis Winston's cherry still hasn't been broken. He's been in the league for 15 years now. But no, I mean, my point is, I'm saying you're right, Johnny. He's made that. He should be just 100% that even if you have to get rid of Chris Godwin to keep Mike Evans moving forward, I'm sure Jason Light already realizes that's in the cards.
I'd happily do that too. Actually, I think Trey Palmer might be stepping into that role.
Trey Palmer's a good kid, but remember he's only 3'2". He's like an Oompa Loompa. So yeah, I'm kidding. But no, I want to say,
how tall is Tyreek Hill? Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, but does he have Tyreek Hill speed?
He doesn't have Tyreek Hill legs.
He's awful close to it. I bet.
He's fast.
I'd like to see Trey Palmer out there on the field running with the ball and do that clock on him. We'll see how fast he is down. He is quick, man. He is very quick.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good hypothetical.
And he catch the ball.
But hey,
yeah.
Can I ask a question real quick? Because I went into one of my long, whatever last time, but am I right though about Jaden Daniels? Doesn't if we see a dog every now and then, it's just not gonna, because he can advance his team up a few spots if LSU beats Maryland enough, and of course Georgia gets bounced by Florida State, and maybe Bama gets bounced out early in the first game against Michigan.
Why do you assume that LSU is going to beat Maryland?
I don't know. I don't assume they're 10. Well, I mean, even without knowing who's the quarterback, they're 10.5-point favorites right now. But my point is that isn't one of the things we're most worried about with the 12 or 16 or 24 team or 72 team playoff, whatever? I think, aren't we worried about like a game where a guy that, we know he's going to the next level. He won the Heisman, but he's not right now. So far, he's got two quarterbacks ahead of him in Penix and of Caleb Williams. let him go dog with the LSU. Let him go dog with his team in the ReliaQuest Bowl. And then, I'll tell you what, guys, if he dogs out and beats Maryland like a pulp, that puts him at 100%.
Don't discount Talia and the Terps, man. Do not do that. Because last year they took Michigan to the wire, dude. This year they beat Spartans. So
how's their offense though? Because
one of the highest scoring offenses in the Big Ten, man.
See, this is going to be a hell of a game here. This ReliaQuest Bowl. I mean, we're talking about the Heisman Trophy winner for offense in the LSU Tigers and Jaden Daniels, and the fact that Luke Fickell and this offense that the Maryland Terrapins runs. I think, guys, I'm looking at the playoffs are what they are, playoffs. But I mean, I'm looking.
The Maryland offense has two offensive coordinators, and they're both highly rated offensive coordinators. You got Talia, which is Tua's brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Out there slinging the rock. And he's every bit as good as maybe not quite as good as Tua.
Johnny.
Tua gained some weight there.
The thing is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. I don't want to be lengthy, but do you mind, Ben, if I just expound on something real quick?
No, do it. Go ahead.
Because I've been promoting the fact that we're covering. We're fortunate through Amped Up Sports, Peter Blake and I, to cover the ReliaQuest Bowl, and I've been talking about what it means to see a Heisman Trophy winner and a Jaden Daniels and a guy who's maybe going to be a top 10, maybe a top 5 pick if he has success in that game. I forgot that it was Tua's brother playing for Fickell there in the Maryland Terrapins. And that gives me my way back to the fact that the matter is this is going to be just one of the best games on New Year's Day, and bury the lead. It's the first game, which is what we've always had here in Tampa Bay with the Outback Bowl or the Hall of Fame Bowl, and now the ReliaQuest Bowl. We're the first game of 2024. And Johnny, I think you're talking right. What's the over-under for this game? Anybody know?
I have no clue. I haven't looked into it at all.
Yeah, before you find it, Ben, let's guess. I'm thinking you're talking about a high-powered offense, Luke Fickell, the coach of the Maryland Terrapins, versus the number one, the Heisman Trophy winner. The over/under
and a good running back,
and a great. Well, it's got to be 52. It's got to be 52 points, 52 and a half, I think, Ben.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now. Take
your time. Just guess 52 and a half.
The Terps have a good defense also, so.
Dude,
I wouldn't call them a great defense, but I call them a very good defense.
So right now, LSU is 8.5-point favorites right now as we speak.
What's the over/under in the game?
55.5.
55 and a half. So they're expecting it's going to be an offensive. It's going to be a firework. And you know what? I'm so happy that I'm credentialed to cover this game. I'll be on the field, but I'll be on the field 3 hours before. Yeah, good. I love that. I was doing it with the Bulls all year. I'm on the field. I'm walking around, watching the players warm up, watching them get with their dogs, getting ready mentally. And then we go up to the press box. But the last 6 minutes of the game, no matter what, we're back down on the field. So I'm excited, and I think it may be one of the, if not the best bowl games of the new year right here in your ReliaQuest Bowl here in Tampa Bay. So I think it'll be a great game, Johnny Dean. I'm glad you showed me that.
I'm going to be looking for you out there, man. I'll be watching for you on TV.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys for having me in here. Does anyone have any more questions for me before I got to go to the bathroom?
I have one more question for you. How long can you hold it?
Not as long as the guy in the barrack next to Alec.
Now, as long as you don't pan down to the camera on there, we'll be all fine.
Hey, Ben, Johnny, I love you guys. I'll see you all later. I appreciate you.
Fun, take care, man.
Take care.
I was going to tell him, man, you're on Ben's show. You don't have to pan down. You don't have to hold it. You just leave the camera running and walk off and go piss in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I did that one time. I got Alec kicked off of Facebook.
That's what I do with Johnny when we're talking on a private video chat. I tell him I got to go pee, and I get up and I just leave the camera on, and I go in the bathroom and I talk to him because the bathroom's right around the corner from the door.
Yeah, but I never understand why you start singing "Sweet Caroline."
Yeah. Is that like the official peeing song or something? Like, it's got to be like the official peeing song, right? Sweet Caroline.
Yes, it's got to be.
Okay.
It's the official old folks peeing song.
Well, luckily I'm 50 years younger.
Speaking of gray in the beard.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
How come Ray's got more black in his beard than you do? He said he isn't touching it up, but I think he is.
We're just gonna.
He's got that Wolfman Jack look going really.
Yeah,
well.
I mean, we're gonna we love Ray. We're gonna not go.
Those black, the black and the gray, it's just
Yeah.
it's too symmetrical, man.
Perfect. Yeah, a little too perfect, right? Yeah, I can
I
see that.
guess since the LA is going to have the 2027 Super Bowl,
Yep.
that means that's the next time the Rams are going to win a Super Bowl.
Probably not, but you can always hope. I
The
mean,
Chargers just got rid of their coach and their GM. They're going to be in the Super Bowl that year.
yeah, technically that would be a Chargers home game too.
Yep. Which it wasn't a Rams home game, by the way.
Not
they
really.
They were the visiting team.
Yeah, the Rams never do have home games. It seems like in their stadium. Like
They sure
the Steelers,
They don't have none in St. Louis no more, do they?
Hmm?
They sure ain't got one in St. Louis no more, do they?
No.
no.
There's only a few Ram fans here still.
I forgot to mention this tonight. Brazil. We're going to have an NFL game in Brazil next year.
Yes, we are.
It'll be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting considering and I don't like to talk politics, but with the politics that are going on in Brazil right now, that's going to be a very interesting situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen that the Brazilian girls on the reels?
So is that why the NFL's going there? I mean, I don't.
I think they went. They're going there so that all the players can get Brazilians.
Yeah.
I'm
West.
disappointed in those Brazilian girls. It used to
Especially
be,
Deshaun Watson.
yeah.
Browns are hoping they're playing in Brazil next year.
It
I
used
bet
to be,
those girls would love to get a hold of Deshaun Watson and give him a
Yeah.
waxing.
Yeah.
How you like that, fucker?
take Robert Kraft with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, did you have a shake weight just then?
I've got one. I thought it was in here.
I figured you had one.
Oh, here it is.
Shake
keep
weight.
it strong.
I got that for Johnny at one time. I forgot what it was. Wasn't I had to go find it.
Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
I gotta
Oh,
be careful with those shake weights because I could throw my back out now. I'm getting
Yeah.
old.
You see how many games are expanding? Like it's 8 games next year, right? But they're expanding to 17 games. They said by the year 2026 or something like that.
But they already played 17 games.
No, in international leagues, man.
so the
Oh.
international games going from 6 to like 8. Because Mexico City, they're getting the game back right next year.
No,
No, they're not. Okay.
Well, I thought I read the NFL was probably going to go to 18 games and just have 2 preseason games.
no, we're talking about international games.
No, but I'm talking about the NFL myself.
I hope not, because we can see that they need that preseason game by watching this. The first game of the season is our preseason game. Still, you watch the first game of the season, it's a liar. You can't judge any team by the first game of the season at all. I mean, look at what happened this year in first season games of the season. What's going on with Lions, Ben? Are they
From what I've
exposed?
seen, defense is not playing as well. Now, Jared Goff not playing as good as he was earlier in the year. Now that's the turnovers have kind of put Lions defense in bad spots.
Yeah, this next game sure ain't going to help help us look at all.
Denver defensively is very good, and
Yep.
this is a game that could go either way. I had a tough time picking this game, but I went with Detroit. They're at home. Hopefully when they play indoors, they usually play very well. They played New Orleans in the Superdome a couple weeks ago, played very well.
Yeah.
Indoors is key. Division games, Johnny, they're tough. Bears playing well. I mean, so Detroit's going to be okay. They're not going to.
My thing was Denver hasn't played that well on the road.
Right.
They play excellently at home. Their winning
Yeah.
streak mostly came at home. They had
Right.
one game. They were what 4-1.
Yeah.
There were 5. They won 5 straight, but there were 4 in their house and 1 out on the road, and that was against the Saints. So
Well, the Bills on Monday night, I think it was. Denver beat the
Oh,
Bills
yeah.
on Monday. Yeah, in Buffalo, yeah. Again, this is going to be a fun game. I think it's just going to come down to which defense plays better. But also, which quarterback plays better, Russell Wilson or Jared Goff?
I think it's going to be a running game. It's going to have to be dependent on whoever can impose the running game on the other ones will.
Yeah, I think Detroit has a better running game.
I do too.
Montgomery, Gibbs.
But Denver's coming into this game favored.
Yeah, that's interesting, but rightfully so. They're playing very well. Probably should have won in Houston.
Yep.
You could argue they could have won that game in Houston, and this is going to be a fun game. Tomorrow night's going to be a fun game. I can't wait.
Tomorrow's going to be. I forgot 3 games tomorrow, man.
Minnesota,
3.
Cincinnati.
It's just park on the NFL Network and ride it out, man.
Yeah, Steelers, Colts. I like the Colts in this game. Steelers. Trubisky's bad. He's awful.
I think I went with the Colts in this one too. Yeah, Trubisky's horrible. But then again, it's hard to bet against Mike Tomlin at all because he pulls miracles out his ass, And after listening to his press conferences all week this week here, he seems pretty confident, man, and he doesn't seem like got some. Well, he's not on a hot seat. He's on a hot seat with fans, but he's always been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But if you work for the Rooneys, you're not on a hot seat. Just do
especially when you've never had a losing season. So
right.
Yeah. And it's interesting, Christopher Cole. Do you think we eventually get to 18 games? I don't know.
They want to because they want to own sports. You know what I mean?
Right. Are they being a little too greedy though? Oversaturating.
Well, if they're really pushing to have international games, they're going to have a wide saturation in order to compete with soccer. That's the only international game that they really have any competition against will be soccer.
So is that the goal for the NFL, Johnny? Is to try and be as big as soccer?
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
If you're into something like that and you're a billionaire, you want to have worldwide coverage, right? And the only way you're going to get worldwide coverage is to have it viewed overseas, everywhere.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, they're already in London, Germany, Brazil. They've had games in Mexico, so.
And the only way to bring in fans is to have games there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And by the way, some of the owners, the NFL owners, Glazers, Jaguars, they own soccer teams in Europe. Yep. So, yeah. So, yeah, not
even though the Glazers have been trying to sell, man, for a while.
Well, Manchester United fans hate them. They just hate the Glazers.
Well, they tried to sell it once, and the guy, and the papers were done, and the guy who was buying it was some kind of criminal, and he's put in prison. So that didn't work out so well.
Well, didn't the Jaguars recently had some team employees steal over $20 million? Now they're.
I haven't heard that one, man.
Yeah, something about the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a former team member or something like.
And this happened right when Alec moved to Jacksonville. Ooh.
Thoughts. Ooh.
Maybe there's more than just Alec going out to sea.
Yeah. Those Polk County guys.
Yeah, there we go. He was getting awful defensive with Christopher Cole about that, and Christopher Cole's a boy too.
Yeah, there he is right here, Christopher Cole. I live in the middle of Polk County. Yeah, Christopher, awesome stuff, man. Thanks for coming on tonight, bringing the questions, man. We like it. But I do like this. This is an interesting question again. If I'm not saying it will happen, but if we draft Penix,
I don't see us drafting Penix. That's kind of far-fetched to me. He's going to be gone before he gets to our spot in the first place. Now, if he does fall to us, I don't see us not getting him.
Yeah. Right. True.
They were projecting the Rams were going to get him.
Yeah. Well, you got Sean's Commanders this weekend. That's going to be an interesting game.
Sean, Commanders are going to be able to choose. How are they going to go? All right. There's all these quarterbacks sitting right here, right? Are we going to stay with what's his
Howell.
name?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Which is he's a good quarterback. He's got plenty of his stats show up really well.
Keeps him in games.
What don't show up well is some of the boneheaded mistakes he makes during games.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that where Sean can hear me.
Yeah.
He's not
He's got
here.
an off-
I'm looking to make sure he's not.
He needs an offensive line.
Yes.
I'm sorry. He needs a line, man. He's getting killed out there.
But can you, in your right, anybody in their right mind, anybody drafting on that day, if they see one of these star quarterbacks pop up and
I know.
where
Yeah.
they can draft at, they'd probably get fired if they didn't take him. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree because that's
Especially with the way the
pressure.
quarterbacks are getting injured these days.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
look
and
at
that's
the league today. Half of the league is
Right.
starting backups right now.
yeah. 2 games tomorrow, Johnny. Minnesota, Cincinnati. Mullins, Browning.
Yep.
Trubisky and Minshew,
Backup.
backup quarterbacks. They're starting.
No,
Like-
the Ravens are playing tomorrow.
Well, the Rams have to get a quarterback of the future because Stafford's time is
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
limited.
But they just don't have the draft capital, right? They're not in the. I think is it starting? Is this the last year, Scott, that they don't draft in the first round? Or
No, they drafted in the first round last year, I think.
did they?
No, they didn't draft until the second round last year.
So I know they had to give all their first rounders to Detroit to get Stafford. So,
Actually, yeah, maybe they did draft in first round last year. It was the year
they?
before that they didn't start the draft until the fourth round, and they loaded up with a bunch of. I thought they were going to trade, but they never traded. They just loaded up with all those picks.
Yeah,
Well, look at Puka. Didn't he get drafted in like the 5th round?
Yeah,
yeah. What a receiver, man. I mean, hey, I think you got something there. I mean, with Cooper Kupp, I mean, as good as he is, he's always injured. So you need some like a Puka Nacua and probably get another guy. But the guy on your team, Scott, I love the most. It's Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
Kieran
That's
Williams. Yes,
I love that.
I went
man.
when I
Yeah.
went and picked him up in all of our leagues. Man, he was on the waiver wire on every one of our leagues, and I'm like, oh, okay, you guys don't want him, I'll take him.
Yeah.
He
Been
runs
great.
he runs angry.
He's been a starter ever since, except when he was out for that one injury that time.
That's what won him the Super Bowl was the run game. You could say the passing game and the defense, which is great, but the run game was really good. Cam Akers did pretty good. The Rams when that Super Bowl year. I mean, dude, Kyron Williams, I think he's your next guy, man. He really
He
love
is
watching
the guy.
him. Yeah.
Hey, he's been more effective than Cam Akers was. He's been more effective
Yeah.
than who did they have after that? Was it Mostert? No, he was with San Francisco.
No.
Um,
Who's their other running backs on that championship team, Scott?
Hendo.
who?
Hendo, Hendricks or
Oh, Hendricks. Henderson.
Henderson. Yeah, Henderson.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that's a keeper right there, man.
Yep.
But as far as Sunday, I like the Rams in this game. I think it's gonna be a fun game, but I like the Rams.
Who are they
28
playing again?
Commanders.
Oh, yeah. I like the Rams.
Yeah.
No,
The
playing,
way the Rams have been playing lately, I mean, they took the Ravens to the wall, and the Ravens are a very good team. They're the best team
What
in
a
the
game that
AFC right
was.
now.
What a
and
game.
they're playing at SoFi.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what a game. That sucked you lost, man. That could have went either way.
Oh
Like,
man, I hope it's a good game because I don't know if I want to watch another 70-point knock blowout. I mean, they're fun, and I did rewatch that game from last night just to watch it again, just to watch it. It's like watching a train wreck, you had to watch it.
yeah.
Again.
I figured
And-
sleep was more important to me than watching the end of a game that you already knew the outcome.
What?
I said I went to sleep, turned it off because I figured I needed sleep more was more important than watching a game that was already finished in the half. At the half,
Oh man, there was so much going on in that game. It was fun. It was hilarious. I love games like that to watch in hindsight.
well, that one guy got the ball bounced off somebody's helmet and then ran it in for a pick six.
That game could have easily went to the record game. What was it? 73 is the record. They could have easily done that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Well, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it in 2014 when the Falcons beat us 56-21 prime or 56-14 in prime time.
Remember the best Bucks game that we've seen in this era? We had Jameis Winston, and it was against the Rams.
Oh yeah, and
That was a great game.
Coliseum, yeah.
55-54, wasn't it?
Right, yeah. And then Ndamukong Suh I've got that fumble, ran it in for a touchdown to seal it.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a great game.
Sorry, Scott.
Yeah.
For you guys.
It should have been a great game for you. It was a great game to watch. If you had no fan interest in it at all, that was a great game to watch, man.
Yeah.
We had a game like that against Kansas City, I think the same year. It was like
Monday night game, yes.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best games I've ever seen, dude. Monday night.
Yeah, you guys were scoring some points, man. We knew that when we went in there, we had to score points to keep up with you. And I was like, oh God, here we go, Jameis. And then Jameis just had a great game. He had one of those rare games where he actually was the hero of the game.
Yeah. That KC Monday night game, Rams and Chiefs, man, like 56-49, something like that. Like
it was like 104 total points scored in the game or something.
Yeah. That was great back then, man. So well, guys, listen, man, this was a lot of fun tonight, man. We had a lot of guests on here. I want to thank each and every one of you. Ray, Kennedy out there, Marty, Alec. Did I forget anybody else? Christopher.
No.
Yep, Christopher Cole, thanks for tuning in. Jim Melvin. Oh, man. Guys, a lot of fun. Johnny, I already asked you about the car show and everything. That's this spring. Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
Me and Scott were actually going to do a show tonight, and I remembered that you were on. I was like, oh, we'll just
okay.
on Ben's show.
Yeah,
I was watching Leave the World Behind, so that was like a 3-hour movie, I think.
Oh, yeah. So when are you doing a show with Sean again? Like Truth or Lie?
We've been talking about it, but I kind of been laying low because I didn't want to cause Sean any problems.
Oh, okay.
Because he's been sleeping on the couch enough already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got family over. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I might grab Scott sometime this weekend I can't say it out loud, so I'll tell you after the show's over.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight here on Have At It, and we will be back here next week. And we'll just have at it again with anything, everything. We don't know how many guests we'll have on here, but we're going to have fun. So, guys, have a good weekend, and we will see you next time right here on Have At It.
Now, if I see you first.